today's video we're doing a range test on my Meepo Shuffle S electric skateboard. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Ronan and I make vlogs and I make product and tech reviews, and in today's video we're doing a range test on my Meepo Shuffle S electric skateboard. So if you've been following along with my channel recently, you might know that I got the Meepo Shuffle S or V4S electric skateboard a few months ago. And if I'm being honest, I absolutely love it. The version that I have is the standard range version, which is currently on sale from Meepo for $399 US, and that's 20% off the recommended retail price if you look at it right now. And Meepo claimed that the standard range Shuffle S has a range of 10 miles. Now, before I got my Shuffle S, I'd been using the Meepo V3 standard range again, and I was commuting in and out to work on that no problem. And my work is 10.4 kilometers from my house. So basically my distance that I travel on the board is 10.4 kilometers. But whenever I've tried to do it on my Shuffle S, I don't make it. I just fall short of the office when I'm on my way in, and it's kind of downhill most of my route. And then when I'm coming home, because it's uphill the whole way, I actually don't make it at all. The board usually dies with maybe 2 kilometers or so to go from the house. So today I wanted to just do a full comprehensive range test on my Shuffle S. I've come back down to Waterstown Park, which is where I've done all of my Meepo tests previously, and I'm just going to ride the board around until it dies, and I'm going to let you guys know exactly what the range is so we can do a full range test on the board. And I have my Nobleman Tech K2 helmet here that I will be wearing throughout this test. So I'm really looking forward to this, just because I feel like I haven't really had an opportunity to ride my electric skateboard for weeks. At the moment we're kind of going downhill a little bit, and it's cold, it's a little windy, but this is very representative of how I would be kind of going to work. This park is actually great because we're completely enclosed, we're totally safe, I don't have to worry about traffic or anything like that. If the board sort of dies, the most I'm going to be is like 1.5 kilometers, 2 kilometers from the car. And then what's also good is we've got a lot of like uphill and downhill, so this is like a little bit more kind of representative of what my commute is like, at least. So yeah, I'm kind of just going to go on this circuit and just basically do laps until the board dies. And then we will see what the range that we got out of the board was at that point. From the car, the distance we've traveled so far is 0.7 kilometers. So yeah, we're 700 meters from the car right now, and that's all we've traveled. And the roads or the paths around here are a little, like, they're not totally dry, but they're not totally wet either, so that's good. And another thing that's kind of nice about this is because it's kind of early, the park is still pretty quiet. So quick update, on the remote with this electric skateboard you can see how much battery is on the board through the battery indicator, and it gives 4 bars. We've currently done 2.2 kilometers on the board and we've already lost 1 bar of battery. So haven't even done like a full lap yet, so this could be like a quick enough test. But regardless of how far the board goes and the distance we get out of it, I can already tell you that I'm just really enjoying this. I feel like I really needed to get out and do this today. Checking in again, we've done 3.2 kilometers now and the board is reading half battery, but then I'm about to go downhill and kind of recharge the brakes a little bit. The last time I did that, the board actually showed full battery again, but it wasn't, because obviously the second I went uphill again, it dipped right back. So like, we're recharging and we now have 3/4 of a battery according to the indicator. I'm not really feeling any kind of like voltage sag or anything, so the board feels like it has the regular amount of power that I would expect from it. but yeah, I think probably we won't be getting the full 10 miles out of this board. Average speed is kind of 25-30 kilometers an hour. Not riding as aggressively as I normally would. Probably actually means that I'll get slightly further overall distance than I would if I was just riding normally without the camera. The park's getting a little bit busier, so I just need to make sure that I'm kind of careful. So I'm definitely taking it easy on some of these bends and when there's people around. But one thing I will say is no matter what range I ultimately get out of this today, I would definitely recommend this board if somebody asked me if it's worth buying. And the reason I would actually recommend this board isn't so much to do with the range, good or bad, but actually just how comfortable this board is to ride. Because it has the big 105 wheels on it with the grip and the tread, it really absorbs like road vibrations and road shocks really nicely. So like I actually don't have any real foot fatigue at all at the moment, whereas if I was using my V3 right now over some of the ground here, my right leg in particular would be really sore and tired right now. The board's actually vibrating and buzzing at me already just because I went up a big hill there. It says that the battery's dying, but as soon as I get over the top of this hill and I regenerate a little bit, I will get all that charge back. So I'll definitely be doing a few more laps. But already we've done 4.8 kilometers. The board is already kind of saying that I have between 1 and 2 bars depending on how much I accelerate right now. So yeah. Just hit 5 kilometers and the board is currently showing me 2 bars, so about half battery. But realistically when I push it, it's gonna go less than that. So I'll definitely get, I think, this lap in, but I'll be lucky to maybe get 2 more laps. So I'm right back down the bottom of the park again. River's just behind me there. Board's just out of shot here. This is my remote. I'm not sure if you guys can see that there. But basically, I'm not sure if you can read that. But basically what it says is that I have 5.9 kilometers done. And it's showing half battery again. When I'm up the top though, when I'm going up some of the hills, I'm already getting like feedback in the remote to say the battery is dying. And it's kind of down to 1 bar. But then when I come back down the hills, it's recharging up to about 3 bars. So yeah, let's keep going and see how we get on. Also, you can kind of see here that the contact patch on the wheel is a little bit wet, and that's just because the ground is still quite damp. But this is totally fine to ride in. It's not like particularly dangerous or anything. The sun is getting slightly warmer. It's now 7 degrees apparently, which is great. I wasn't fully paying attention to what I was doing there a second ago, and I ran the board off the path into the grass, so that was fun. Okay, so I'm coming uphill. I'm doing 21 kilometers an hour. I'm completely flat out. It says the board's basically dead, and I'm getting a lot of voltage sag. Once I get to the top of this hill, I'm expecting it to come back. Yeah, the board's power is really dipping just there. That last run up that hill really took it out of the board. I'm still flat out on a flat now, picking up more pace, up to 24 kilometers again. But yeah, the board really struggled to get up that last one. I think I'm definitely probably on my last lap now. I feel like that hill will kill the board next time. And whoa, and just so you know, I've done 7.1 kilometers so far. So yeah, that's kind of really where we're at right now. This is not a bad way to spend a morning just testing the range on an electric skateboard. I hope you're enjoying watching this as much as I'm enjoying doing this. So we are currently up to 8 kilometers done on the board, cruising at a solid 21 kilometers an hour, so taking it easy through here. I've done 71 kilometers total on this board since I started using it, and just to give you some context, on my V3 I have over 560 kilometers done on that board. So definitely these boards are something that I use quite a bit, and I'm going to put the extended range battery onto this board because I would love to be able to use this as my main commuter board because it is just so lovely to ride, even on the bad roads and on the rough roads. You can just kind of like, you can take it easy like this, or you can really push it aggressively. It's just really nice to use. Also, one thing, I feel like the winter has been hard on this park. I feel like this pavement is not as smooth as it used to be in any of my previous videos. So yeah, that's something just to remember for the next time I'm down here. Currently along one of the flatter sections of the park right down the bottom here, and I'm already getting feedback on the remote from the board, so it's kind of letting me know that the battery is limited at this point. And the battery indicator on the board is actually flashing at me when it's buzzing in my hand as well, to let me know that the battery's almost dead. Okay, so the board just threw me off. I was coming around this bend here and coming all the way up here, and this is where the board stopped. So I was going really slowly around the corner because there was a pedestrian walking there and I didn't want to come past her too quickly. So as soon as I kind of came past her and I accelerated, the board took off for a second and then it just stopped. And I kind of went off the front of the board. I didn't fall or anything, I just kind of had to like step off. That is us. So unfortunately I now have to walk up a big hill all the way back to the car. But yeah, we got 8.9 kilometers before the board died. That wouldn't get me in to work and it definitely wouldn't get me home. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the car now and I will see you guys then. I'm just back home and I want to go through some of my thoughts having done the range test on the Meepo Shuffle S. So straight away, the overall range that I got was 8.9 kilometers. Now, hey Siri, what's 8.9 kilometers in miles?
8.9 kilometers is 5.53 miles.
Okay, so that's just a little over half of what Meepo advertise the range on the standard range Meepo Shuffle S. For anyone who's considering getting this board and you're sitting there thinking, well, you only get half the advertised range, there's a couple of things about that. When Meepo test the range on their boards, they do it in a very controlled environment, so it's probably much warmer than the environment I was in today. It'd be much flatter than the environment that I was in today. They're probably not using it on the most aggressive setting, which was what I was doing, and also the person that's testing the board probably weighs a lot less than I do. So those are all of the factors that you also have to consider when they advertise their range. Because obviously Meepo want to put the highest range that they can on their website when they're selling these boards. So that's what they do. And it's not just Meepo who does this. Pretty much all electric skateboard manufacturers do this. And to be perfectly honest, motor manufacturers do it with cars, and electric skateboard companies do it with their electric skateboards. So it's not really anything to be hugely surprised about or concerned about. I would always take the advertised range on a board with a pinch of salt. If you're looking at buying this board, I would 100% recommend it, but I would also just check the distances that you feel that you'll need from the board, because if you need to do more than kind of 5 kilometers on the board, I would totally recommend that you get the extended range version. And when I get my extended range battery, I will do another range test and we can see exactly what we get then. But yeah, if you need to go kind of more than 5 kilometers, I would say get the extended range. If you don't need to go more than 5 kilometers, I'd say just buy the standard range, because it's a really fun board to use. It's super comfortable, and if you're a beginner, it's a great board to learn on. So that is all I have to say about the Meepo Shuffle S for this video. My next Meepo Shuffle S video will be where I put the extended range battery on my board. So stay tuned for that, it's coming soon. But in the meantime, I hope you like this video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in my next video.